We want things to change. We want hope for our people. We want peace.
There was a rare show of unity from various Christian denominations as they supported Melbourne's Coptic community in a protest of dramatic symbolism.
We are in mourning for what is actually happening for the Coptic Christians and those that are killed. 7 people died last week when gunmen opened fire as they left church near Luxor on the Coptic Christmas Eve, after what they claim has been years of persecutions of Egypt's Christian minority. The protest today was taken to the door of the Egyptian consulate in Melbourne, where a delegation went inside to make their feelings known.
As you are very aware of the incident that has happened in Egypt last week, of the massacre of 6 Christians and 1 security guard in front of one of our churches in Nag Hammadi in Upper Egypt as they were leaving Christmas Mass, when people were happy and leaving the church joyful, celebrating the feast of the Nativity, and they were met with Islamic extremists shooting at them and killing 6 people, 6 Christians and 1 Muslim security guard. And families, instead of celebrating Christmas, they were mourning their dead and burying their dead on Christmas Day, which has brought outrage not just to Christians in Egypt, but in fact to Christians all over the world, Coptic Christians all over the world, and in fact many Christians from many denominations. Thousands of media reports all over the world, all over the television. I'm sure you have seen all of this, and we've just had about enough of this persecution that is happening on our people on a regular basis. And we're asking the Egyptian government, represented in yourself here in Melbourne, to pass the sentiments of my people that we are outraged. People are extremely angry, and you can hear them chanting downstairs. They've had enough of this ongoing persecution. You know that just a few weeks ago, there was a delegation sent from President Mubarak from the Department of Foreign Affairs that came and met with us and said to us, no, the Egyptian government is doing a lot to protect all of its citizens inside of Egypt and outside of Egypt, and things are improving. And as soon as they land in Egypt, 6 Christians are dead. So where is this protection of all Egyptians, as we were told? And where is the human rights and justice for Christians that have died in the past, and not one perpetrator was brought to justice? And as you can see with me today, I have many leaders from many Christian churches that have come to also speak with you and to share their sentiments about what is happening to the Christians in Egypt. And I think that enough is enough. We need action, and we need it quickly. We need education of all of the people in Egypt. The media needs to start playing a positive role, and things need to change, and they need to change rapidly.
My name is Sandy Ewell. I'm a minister of the Uniting Church and a member of the executive of the National Council of Churches in Australia. I've been asked by the National Council General Secretary to represent the National Council at this gathering and demonstration. The National Council of Churches has 17 member churches. The Coptic Church is one of those churches. The other 16 churches stand with the Coptic Church in their concern and their sadness at this time. Secondly, we understand that governments have trouble to make order in society. We have our own trouble with India in Australia right now, and we don't want our whole society blamed for the action of criminals. But we need to have a government and society concern for peace, harmony, in the line that you were talking. I welcome your assurances, and we will be very pleased to see them realised. Thank you.
Your Excellency, my name's Alistair McRae. I'm the President of the Uniting Church in Australia, and I'd like to reinforce what Bishop Suriel said, that it's not just the Coptic community in Australia, but it's the whole Christian community that is deeply shocked and angered by the events in Egypt. And we've been in fellowship with the Coptic Orthodox Church for many, many years, and it seems like this latest atrocity is just a symptom of a wider culture of discrimination against this Christians in Egypt. And like Reverend Ewell, I appreciate, and I'm sure the sentiments you offered were in good faith, but I think this community is really wanting to see concrete actions that will actually bring about the sort of community that you describe. And they've been let down many times before. They've received assurances, and their patience is at an end. They want to see the perpetrators of this particular atrocity brought to justice swiftly and punished, to send a message to the whole society that this is intolerable.
Your Excellency, Dr. Michael Protopopov, I'm the Vicar General of the Russian Orthodox Church in Australia. I'd like to join with my fellow clergymen in what has been said. The thing that impressed me as we were coming up the street was that it's not just the voice of the Coptic community or the Orthodox community or the Christian community, but I saw people standing on the side of the road who seeing what was going on, people who might have been far away from any knowledge of what had happened in Egypt, and yet joining because they felt an infinity that something must be done, an injustice must be redressed, and there is certainly an injustice towards the Coptic community. I was in Egypt in 1980 and met a family where the priest had been murdered in Cairo even then, so it's an ongoing issue. I just feel that you should understand, especially when you report back to Cairo, that it's all Australians who are concerned about this, Christian and non-Christian and secular people, and everyone who wants peace and harmony in the world. For the Coptic community, for the whole of the Egyptian community, we understand that you have issues to deal with, and we support you in dealing with those, but we just think that it's important for you to understand that people in Australia would like to see something improve, especially in the lot of the Coptic Christians who really are a persecuted minority, even though officially they are not.
Sure. Your Excellency, I've been here 3 times for the same purpose, on 3 different, this is the 3rd demonstration, and I really hope that this will be the last time I have to come into this room for such an atrocity to happen. Please speak to your government to take swift action and solve this problem.
All this will be sent to the Egyptian government, and
I don't want it just to be sent to your Excellency. I want action.
Yeah, of course.
I want action to be taken.
Yes, of course. And of course,
thank you.
I hope this will be your last visit here, but we will see you in
other
occasions.
We always meet regularly, but sure, I was saying that I hope it will be my last visit for such occasion.
Believe me, I hope so as well.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
Thank you.
We want justice, and we want our human rights just like any other Egyptian citizen in Egypt. I have passed over your sentiments. He has said that he will continue to contact the authorities in Egypt. We have to still have hope. We must not lose hope. Our God is a God of hope, and we hope that things can change in our homeland of Egypt. God bless you. We will now go to the Foreign Affairs.
The protesters say the killings have been condemned by leaders across Europe and the Vatican. But their complaint is that the Australian government has been too quiet.
And I would love to see the Australian government to take a strong stance and to support the Christians of Egypt. There is 70,000 Coptic Christians living here in Australia, and I think our government needs to hear our voice.